My message today is going out in response to Ryan Pitt, who asked for some advice on energy cord cutting. So hopefully you received this well, Ryan, and to anybody else who's tuning in, please note that whatever I share here, it is my own personal belief system and what I find helps me. So it is not to force it on anybody, it's just to offer a different perspective or alternative to anybody who comes across my messages, that they'll find some benefit and be able to utilize what I have in order to step differently and start living free within their heart space. So to answer your question, Ryan, for me, cord cutting involves first and foremost me being able to go within and balance my light and dark aspects of my own energy frequencies, because we are all things. All emotions run through each of us the same, and it's just the way we utilize those emotions, how we interpret them and perceive them to be. This is what manifests our quality of life all the time. So when I feel heavy energies pulling on me, I always go within and really come back to me. Even when we detach ourselves, if we still think about things, if we feel guilt, if we feel that obligated feeling like it's our duty to live up to the expectations and play certain roles in order to accommodate the comfort levels of others, this has us taking a back seat on ourselves. We can walk away from somebody, but yet if our energy, if our thoughts are still being affected, if somebody's upsetting us, if we can feel their negative frequencies being projected on us, and you can't switch your mind off from that and detach from that and leave them where they're at, you stay connected by that cord. You aren't set free when your mind still goes back to them. What makes it different for me and why I am able to transmute negative energy so fast is because I'm receptive to all things. I take people as they come up until they prove to me that I cannot trust where they're at with their energy. But it doesn't make me have resentment. How often do you see people feeling so hurt and sensitive by those heavier energies that are projected on them? This is the key. You need to not care. You need to understand that if you are wanting goodness in your world, that is where your focus, your thoughts, they must be projected towards goodness, because universal energy is a mirror. It will match your vibration. We never get to determine the display of anything that comes our way, but we can, just by tapping our own selves into higher frequencies, it will mirror back to us each and every time. Just say you've been feeling victimized for most of your life. That is a low frequency energy. Energy doesn't discriminate. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Energy matches what you dish out of you. So even if you are the most amazing person, if you have feelings of sensitivity, feeling victimized, that is low frequency. The universal law of energy, it will flow back to you, that same vibration all the time, because you are down within your energy projection. What is coming out of you is of low frequency. It is a matter of building your self-worth up into those higher frequencies, to love yourself enough and choose you first and foremost every single time. When you choose to do good for yourself and you don't subject yourself to sitting back and falling into these traps, these illusions of being caught up in the fact that people, they carry a lot of toxicity with them. A lot of them, it's very unfortunate, but this is how they've been programmed to see their world. You most probably are somebody who deserves so much blessing, but you need to know this for yourself, that you never ever need to go, why me? What did I do to deserve this? You never say, why me? Understand that what you have running through you is such a beautiful gift. Understand it and protect it. When you start to cherish these parts of you, you will walk with your head held high. You will not stop for anybody that is not worthy. And it's not saying that people are beneath you, it's saying that people need to check themselves. When you keep walking with your head held high and you know your worth, because I don't believe in turning bitter and dishing out or retaliating any harsh behavior, even to the people that have done wrong by me, because I see their wounds and I see the generational imprinting that is everywhere. It's running rife in this world. In this day and age, it is such an imbalance. So many people are living in toxicity and they don't even know it. It's patterns that have been formed. That is the vibration that they've accepted for themselves, because they've opened up their eyes into these pools of energy that sit at low frequencies. It is a comfortable place where we get when we are familiar with only that level of frequency. It's a matter of pulling within and understanding that what is taking place for me in my world does not feel good. I want better. When you choose to step differently to how you've ever stepped before, understanding that we always make the choice for ourselves whether we let low frequencies into our energy field or we close it out and keep walking. We must close it out with our thoughts. We must not waste our time allowing your thoughts to run wild, focusing on these avenues that have left you feeling victimized and treated unfairly. You are not treated unfairly. You are a blessing to anybody's world that you step into, because if you are a giver and your heart is open and you always do the best you can for people, trust in that energy. That is of high value in this world. It is rare. Count yourself as blessed. Count yourself as always protected by the divine. You only need to realize this. That is where the shift takes place, when you realize how that divine energy runs through you. The fact that you give so naturally. You are a beautiful light in this world. Know how rare it is in today's day and age. It is not something you see often. This should make you walk very proud through life, because having integrity like that, having that authentic part of you not be tainted, you know, this is a gift. It's a true blessing. You need to know your worth. This is it. When you know your worth and you can feel that light running through you, it will become easier for you to turn away from energies that are trying to hold you back, take advantage of you, and strip you of that goodness, that envy that a lot of people do have in this world. You can feel it, exactly what you're saying, how you've taken notice of these energies, you know, playing these certain roles in your life. But what we often fail to see, and what I realized for myself, I was playing a role too. For most of my life, I was living an illusion, sitting there feeling like, you know, I couldn't understand why people were acting the way that they did. It never made sense to me. I never regret what I've been through, because this is why I see the world the way I do and why I've been able to step differently. When I realized that it was always me allowing those energies that I felt very quickly in the piece, that I kept thinking, well, if I keep doing good, I will receive good from these people too. You will not receive good from the people if you keep giving out goodness to people who are so used to taking advantage of you. You've confirmed the roles you play to each other. This is where it will just keep that reciprocal role playing, cycling back. It doesn't end unless we close the door on it. I always believe too, we should never close things with full permanency, because people can level up. We all can go through something at any given time that will shift us onto a higher timeline. We are here to experience and shift. We are here to expand and evolve. Each and every single one of us, even if we don't get there at the same time, it does not matter. Even if we don't all get there in this lifetime, eventually our energies will transmute into the light. All of us. Because we learn how to embrace our shadows. So for me, my number one thing that I do on the daily, I wake up in the morning and I envision shielding myself in divine light. Our thoughts are so powerful. We underestimate our own ability to imagine how we want our lives to be. Our imagination, they are thoughts. Our thoughts generate emotions. So when you sit there and you intentionally invest time into placing those thoughts into your protection, knowing that you are being divinely protected, it is having faith. This is what is, for me, my most powerful gift of all. It is my ability to believe so firmly, so strong in my faith that I know What I have is of high value, and I believe that I walk with protection all around me all the time. When you believe this, when you envision this around you, you become that. Your frequency shifts. You will see things very clearly. We cannot avoid seeing darkness in this world. When you accept that, you become receptive to all things. You will allow it to present to you, but you will also trust that when you feel that initial gut instinct, your intuition is telling you, this doesn't feel right. Maybe these people are smiling at me, but something feels off. That is when you put your shield up. You may have to be around these people. You may have to be around these smiling faces. Do not allow your thoughts to play games, playing these why me's. What have I done? You know, why do people treat me bad? This is the part where you are brought down to their frequency. You need to do one thing. Keep following the goodness where it's pulling you. Whatever makes you feel good. You take time out if you need to, and if it's possible for you, take even the smallest amount of time and focus it back into what makes you feel good, solely for you, without living up to anybody's expectations or the obligations of another human being outside of you. These moments are so important to growing your self-love. Understanding that the more we focus on the goodness, the higher we vibe. This is what I do. I do not allow myself to waste time dwelling in low frequencies, questioning why people feel the way they do about me. You need to not care how people are going to look at you, treat you. It does not matter, so long as you understand that you are never alone. You are energy. The whole energy of the universe has your back. When you know this, you are a force. Nothing can come in and take from you. Even when you feel the energies move through you, when you know you have that divine energy, the whole flow of the universe works in your favor, you will always be able to get through all of it, and you will stay focused on walking in the light all the time. You will not sit there questioning yourself and feeling like you've been mistreated, because you will understand that these people, they are imprinted upon in such a toxic way. They see their world through so much distortion. They can't see the light that runs through them so naturally if they just chose it. So that is where we get to make the difference for ourselves. When you understand this, you master the darkness, you master your shadow, because you feel it, and your initial response will be all that imprinting and all that generational programming that has taken place within all of us, where we feel a need to retaliate or feel low in ourselves and victimize ourselves. It will be a no. You will see it and you'll be like, nope, I'm not choosing to invest my energy in this way. I'm choosing the goodness. I don't like how that makes me feel. I'm going to put my energy and focus into growing myself better, growing myself more resilient, and continuing on the path of walking in my goodness and offering it to the people who are deserving. Sometimes we are meant to give some of these really low frequency people a taste of goodness, because they need that for their own triggering, for their own leveling up. Never regret what you have given to anybody, but just change the way you step. If you've been allowing people to take advantage of you, it's time to think of you first and foremost. Never allow yourself to live for anybody else before yourself, because when you fill your own cup, when you continuously inject goodness into you, everyone around you benefits. That is when you bring yourself into balance, and anybody who comes your way, even be it negative, you'll still be able to actually inject more goodness into the vibrations of their world as well. This I really do believe. So I hope I was able to help you in some way. Do not waste any time thinking and focusing on people who want to bring you down, people who want to be fake with you. Don't even think about it. And for anybody else who's come across this message too, I hope you were able to get something out of it as well. So thank you so much for asking the question. I greatly appreciate it that you are interested in asking for another person's perceptions. It means the world to me. This is what grows us and expands us. This is what we all have to offer into this world, is our own unique spin on things. We are meant to help each other grow, and that's always what I'm about. Until the next video, take care.